Hello, Forecaster here, and we are back for episode 47. So, I've been having a little issue. At first, I started to run out of water, and it was probably because of the ore processing consuming extra water. So I set up a new water tank. But then all of a sudden, I noticed that water wasn't being delivered. And it took me a little while to figure out why, but eventually I realized why. So I set these up to produce distilled water, and they're going about their business and doing what they're supposed to do. No problems. However, I had put these fluid ejector upgrades in, which were supposed to eject the distilled water into this pipe here, which brings it down into a little access tank down in my base. And this worked great because I hadn't set the direction for these, but since this pipe was full of regular water, nothing in particular happened. However, when my water started running out, when this tank had emptied, the pipe started emptying as well. And as soon as these two pipes here no longer had regular water in them, these took the opportunity to eject distilled water into these pipes because I hadn't told it to only eject in this direction. So they started pumping out distilled water into my water line, which made its way through the pipes down into my base. And even when I had put up the second water tank, the water couldn't make it where it needed to go. It couldn't fill the pipe because there was a small amount of distilled water sloshing around in the pipes, which were blocking it from getting all the way down here. So my boiler is currently shut down because, well, it had run out of water. So I let it burn out all its fuel, which took quite a while because it was full. There was a fluid hopper here which was supplying it with fuel. What I'm going to do now is put a frame directly on the boiler, and I'm going to tell my drones to supply a small amount of fuel. So they're going to keep like 4 buckets of fuel in here, or gasoline, instead of keeping the boiler full, because then if something like this happens again where the water runs out, which it probably will, I don't have to burn 16 buckets of gasoline to get the boiler to shut down and cool down so I can refill it. However, my drones are currently disabled. There's some sort of bug somewhere that causes a crash with the drones when they're moving fluids about. So I've collected the drones, and they're currently residing in the crate over there. Let's go down here. So the ore processor with the rock crusher has been doing a bunch of work. It's currently stopped because the boiler isn't running, so it's not receiving power, and thus these are not running either. We're still having some water problems down here. Dang, I lost a pipe there. Let's purge these pipes. I had a Railcraft tank here, which we're supposed to allow the distilled water to flow somewhere, but it doesn't seem that was quite working. Okay, I need to get another pipe. But the ore processor has been running. It's been processing ores. I've moved the smeltery down there as well to get some more room up here. And once the water pipes are filled up again with normal water, I will be able to get things up and running again. I'm going to keep the boiler off until then, however. Now, a thing I wanted to do for a while now, but I haven't been able to because I wanted to do it on camera, is I want to upgrade my mining drill. So I found some diamonds while looking for redstone. However, if you used Industrial Craft before, the old upgrade recipe no longer works. What we need is a drill-shaped turning blank. So I'm going to set up my turning table again. And the first thing we're going to do is put down the kinetic generator. So this is going to power up. Now, the keen-eyed among you might notice that this is now facing the right way. So before, this side with this fan texture on it was the output side. However, now the correct texture is on the output side, which is this connector axle looking thing, the connector shaft. And this is because I've fixed this texture. So what I did is I made a tiny resource pack, which then I took the texture from the Industrial Craft jar, and I switched the textures, this texture with the shaft texture. I also fixed some of the other sides which were misaligned, so they were shifted 1 pixel in a direction, which was wrong. So now this texture is correct. I also fixed the ore washing plant where the window on it was a different size with the inactive texture versus the active texture. So the inactive texture was 2 pixels shorter than the active one. So I fixed that as well, and they're now the same size, which means the window isn't changing size when the machine goes from active to inactive or vice versa. Anyway, I'm going to put this stuff in here. It's the same as before. I'm going to grab my electric motor from here because we need it in here. And now this is spinning, as you can see by the top texture. And to make the drill head, we just need to do this. And then voila, we have our drill. And we're going to remove the motor again, because otherwise this kinetic generator will keep producing kinetic energy, keep this spun up, even though I'm not using it, which will continuously use power. But now, when we have this, we can just put that there, put the diamonds around. We get a nice diamond drill. Finally. Now, another thing, we're starting to run out of power. I might have to disconnect the nuclear reactor. There's a risk it will be running continuously and thus overheat, since it's only meant as a backup for the turbine when the power usage is too great. It's not supposed to be one of the only 2 power sources. It's not supposed to be running all the time. You can see it's heating up, and the power isn't really increasing, it's actually decreasing. So I'm going to have to disconnect this. I'm going to put this, oh, that's not a good idea. Let's put it over here. Alright, so I've updated new Railcraft, and there is a nice new thing, and that is this. So this is, as you can see, the Amadron tablet. And what you can do with this is, if I shift right click this inventory here where my drones live, and let's say I shift right click this tank here, and if I open this tablet, now this will be using pressure to keep this open, and all of these will be red to start with, but if I scroll a bit here, we're going to see there is a non-red one here. And you can see we can trade 2 buckets of gasoline for 1 emerald. If I right click this, you'll see it'll say 2 here, and you can see in the tooltip it says in basket 2. So to sell 2 times 2 buckets, so 4 buckets of gasoline for 2 emeralds. Let's get 4 emeralds, why not? Then I will hit order. Now, Amadron is going to send a drone along, which comes here, and it's going to grab those, what was it, 8 buckets of gasoline, and take them back. Then another drone should come along and deliver my emeralds, and it's going to put them over in the inventory I shift clicked. So I sold 8 buckets of gasoline and got 4 emeralds. So this is basically or similar to villager trading. And you can also see I can trade 8 emeralds for a PCB blueprint, so you no longer craft this. I can trade for the assembly programs. I can also do some villager trades. As you can see. However, so if I take these emeralds and put them back in this inventory here, and we go down here. Huh. No? It's supposed to... add more items. It might not be able to access the items properly because it's a crate. Let's put them in this chest instead. Don't know if the side on these matter, but there we go. So now you can see it's lighting up all of these. I could trade, for example, an emerald. Let's trade for emeralds for 12 bottles of enchanting. So now the drone will come along, probably through this opening again, I would guess, maybe. It's already been here. I'm not sure which way it came in. They will take the shortest path. and if they can't find a way... Oh, there it is. I did take this path, I just missed it. And if they can't find a way in, they will just teleport like the normal drones. So there we are, my 12 balls of enchanting. I do wonder if I can smelt these down into liquid experience. No, you can't. Alright. That actually reminds me, I would like to make an enchanting table, but I'm going to need some obsidian for that. That's not obsidian. Where is it? There it is. Actually, I was looking for that. So I need 4 obsidian and 2 diamonds in the book. I have exactly 2 diamonds, so I just need some obsidian. I have books as well from that village. So this is a nice thing. It's not that expensive. The GPS tool it uses costs a diamond, so I spent a diamond on that. But I'm going to put it back in the charger. We have this system. I had to rearrange this a little bit because the this was changed. So before, redstone wire wouldn't connect to things in Railcraft that output redstone. But now they do. So this used to be here, and the redstone wire would sit right there. But with this change, the redstone wire now pointed at this compressed iron block. So the signal no longer went into the regulator tube here. So I had to move the universal sensor so the wire would point at the tube, which means I had to move my compressors a little bit, and that also meant I had to move the gauge. So this looks a little different. These should be running, all of them. Got plenty of LPG for fuel. And I do believe my water supply should be restored. Seems the pipe still hasn't filled up quite, but at least water is flowing everywhere now, except here. There's still some tiny amounts of distilled water flowing about. But I can probably get the boiler up and running again, so I'm going to take my cells, grab 4 cells worth of fuel. I'm going to put them into there. That should keep it going for a while, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the fuel level manually for now and make sure it's supplied. Not sure what to do next. Let's have a look at the refinery. We can empty this out. Put in here. And then we can grab the diesel out of you and put in here. And this will allow the refinery to run for a bit again, which is going to use some heat. The vortex tube now links the cold and the hot side. I forget if I mentioned this already. So I needed a little more effective cooling, so I put a block of compressed iron here that I happen to have. It should be working decently now. It seems this isn't doing anything. The heat level is above 500. Why are you not? Well, now you're not supposed to. Why wasn't it outputting redstone signal? That was weird. So the heat is being used by the refinery currently. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I need to keep an eye on this as well. So this also needs fuel. Let's put a couple of cells in there, because that's currently my only means of power generation until the boiler gets going. The reactor has almost cooled back down. That is fine. That should be alright. So I need to do some more mining. I need to get more lava so I can make some obsidian for the enchanting table. Also died over 200 times now, which is great. Just great. It kept processing and pumping up oil. And it still hasn't run out. I think I've not even used half of the oil vein, or the oil well down here. Oh, hello. Let's hope there are no mobs here. We have a lava leak. Oh dear. Ah, great. I will be back shortly. And I'm back. So, after the 212th death, I have my stuff back again. And as you can see here, I am still not even halfway through this oil well. It's a big one. We can see there's still an indentation. Almost halfway through, I think. Still a few layers left. So, well, this will be allowed to keep going, of course. We'll slowly go through all this oil. So, I don't think I've shown you this yet. So, before the death where I fell into lava and lost all my stuff, I had made this, which is an ore density scanner. I had also made a miner, which I haven't made a new one yet. But the ore density scanner is crafted like this. It's not incredibly expensive. If you right-click with it, it will scan 6 blocks in every direction, including up and down, and it'll list all the ores that are found within this region. So it found 18 iron ore. That is nice. I want that. And 1 tin ore. So it scans 6 blocks in that direction, 6 blocks in that direction, 6 blocks in that direction, and so on. So it's a 13 by 13 by 13 block chunk. You can see there's some iron there as well, some coal. There's more iron over there, some gem ore. I think it's sapphires. Which I want. So it's quite a huge chunk actually that it shows, and it doesn't show. Oh my! It doesn't show where each ore is, or even in which direction. All you know is from this this block where my feet are. It could be 6 blocks in that direction, or in that direction, or up or down. Which it's not the easiest to find, but at least it indicates what's nearby. And I've used this to find redstone, and it has been quite useful. You still have to search for the ores, but it is quite a bit better. And if you have a miner, there's more redstone here. If you have a miner, putting one of these in the miner, which will allow it to reach out from the shaft it's digging. So a miner works sort of like the mining well from Buildcraft, in that, oh nice, more redstone, in that it digs a shaft straight down. However, if you put an ore density scanner into it, it will be able to, ow, dang it, it will be able to dig out from the shaft to ores it detects within a radius, and I believe it's the same as the scanning radius when you hold it. So you can use it to mine for you, which is nice. The trick is knowing, or putting it in the right location where there are ores, of course. And while the miner can reach as far down as you provide it mining pipes, the held ore scanner can only scan 6 blocks down. So knowing what's further down, you would actually have to dig yourself down and scan as you go along. And then you can, of course, just put the miner in a random spot and let it dig, see what it finds, and then just move it around. That works as well. It seems I found a nice solid redstone vein here, and as you can see, it goes pretty much straight up. It probably goes down a bit as well. Oh, it intersects with the coal vein as well. This is super nice. Not super in need of coal right now, but there may be more redstone right there. Ow. Well, dang. I did not expect that. I hate when that happens. Let's eat some stock for the well-fed bonus. Make me heal slightly faster. Now I'm gonna have to clear the shaft of gravel. See, it's all the way down here. It fell through the torch. Right. Well, we have unfortunately reached the end point. So I'm going to end the episode here. And I'm going to dig out as much redstone as I can from here, of course. Because the more I have, the better. That's a lot of gravel. And then I'll probably dig out the coal vein as well, because coal is always nice. And dang it, my redstone torch was destroyed. Ow. I hate those things. Those buffed up zombies. As if the normal mobs weren't hard enough with the lag that goes on all the time. I have started looking into upgrading my computer because it's not cutting it anymore. I need a better processor, and unfortunately that means I'll have to upgrade my motherboard as well, because I don't have a lot of options. Stupid fisherman zombies. Come on. Seriously? Right. I'm going to have to deal with this before the next episode. So I will see you then.
When I told them that I'd be the greatest, they doubted me. Ever since then, I've been patiently waiting on making that statement reality. mentality. Feeling like Scorpion with that fatality. Take off the mask and then burn them like calories. Got them like, do not approach me, I take out your whole team. I'm known on the pro scene cause I don't get tired, so I don't get no sleep. That's why you can't hold me, I wouldn't be shocked if you backed out with cold feet. Turn on the x-ray and witness the damage that I'm finna do to your whole spleen. I just wanna see the whole crew get paid. You were dealing with an old school great, you do not wanna see me in that new MK. I've been in more than a few arcades, making everybody split like that move with Cage. Hit the booth with 2 lit J's with a flow colder than a blue link quake. Yo, the dude get cake, make green every time I spit like reptile. Bodies get piled every time I'm on the sticks, everybody in the room get wild. Cause they know that I win against every opponent, they know what the business is. They waiting and holding their breath for the moment when they see me. Don't try to challenge me. I said don't try to challenge me. You'll get nothing out of it, don't even try, you'll get hit with fatality. I bring death to reality, watch what you say and respect my lethality. You should stop if you doubted me, cause if you don't, you'll get hit with fatality. Don't try to challenge me. I said don't try to challenge me. You'll get nothing out of it, don't even try, you'll get hit with fatality. I bring death to reality, watch what you say and respect my lethality. You should stop if you doubted me, cause if you don't, you'll get hit with fatality. There is no stopping me, so I suggest you don't bother me. But if you try me, I'll send a harpoon through your face and give you a lobotomy. Teleport punch with ferocity. My aim is to injure you bodily, hit you with combos at such a velocity rate that I'll probably win this thing flawlessly. Look, I'm not playing with y'all, I'm not playing with y'all. Trying to be greatest of all, like Jax with a blazing cigar. Breaking your arms, separate face from your jaw. There's no escaping the bars, I'm sure that you'll take it in shock like I'm raiding the god. Me in the game is a danger to all, enough to consider it breaking the law. Make no mistake, get your head split like Kung Lao Saw Blade. Still blowing on that grade A, know they got my eyeballs ready to shout cause cake. We deliver pain 24/7, 365 a year, you can get it all day. Competition feeling bad, got a self-esteem lower than a nut punch from John Cage. Kitschy mentality, I do not see anyone on my level. Crowd going crazy when I play, they screaming like Sinnel and raising the trap. I'm taking the winners and copping a necklace full of the pebbles like 2 chains. Everything we drop is hotter than fireballs coming from Luke Kane. Don't try to challenge me. I said don't try to challenge me. You'll get nothing out of it, don't even try, you'll get hit with fatality. I bring death to reality, watch what you say and respect my lethality. You should stop if you doubted me, cause if you don't, you'll get hit with fatality. Don't try to challenge me. I said don't try to challenge me. You'll get nothing out of it, don't even try, you'll get hit with fatality. I bring death to reality, watch